Jesus. Thank you. Okay. That's fine. No, you don't need to lick no more. Hey, Acer. I'm being attacked. The dog does not actually want anything. She just got everything she could possibly want. Right now, all she wants is for me to go back to bed. I'm not going to bed. That is not happening. I don't. You're very cute, but we're not going to bed. Yeah, that's Beignet. That's yes. She's how old are you? 4, 5, maybe 6 years old, and she's very, very pushy. Like most Dashies are, but she's really, really, really headstrong. Her big brother is in my lap, and he's being a good boy. His name is Boudin. He's got to be like 14 or 15 years old. Am I still on ESO, or what is my... Yes, I am. Good. Okay. They're both rescues, so I really don't have any idea how old they are. Okay, audios are good. I literally, like, turned on my computer and immediately started streaming, so there's, like, no prep work done whatsoever. Not the right way to do it. I'm supposed to have, like, you know, a channel intro is supposed to play and all that kind of stuff. That's the way the real pros do it, but I'm not at that point yet. So I ain't doing it that way. Let's see. Done all the quests here. Let's head over here and find out what the hell's going on in Ald'ruhn. By the way, does the game audio sound... I don't know how to describe it, but it sounds like a low bit rate. I don't really know any other way to put it. It sounds sort of tinny, kind of. It might not. Like, I haven't been able to listen to the stream live, obviously, but I don't know. It could be anything. Yeah, this is definitely my first time playing through... I mean, I played ESO since launch and before launch, but this is the first character I've got. This is the highest level character I've got, and put it to you that way. So I haven't been through the whole game yet. I haven't even finished the main plot. ESO unfortunately came out at around the same time that I also got really heavily involved in Guild Wars 2, and that kind of sucked up all my MMO time. And then after Guild Wars 2, I pretty much spent all of my time either I was playing Guild Wars 2 or I was flirting with World of Warcraft because my parents kept pulling me back into it. Again, my whole family plays World of Warcraft. So I hop back and forth between... games for me are, what am I playing that's not World of Warcraft?
And incense. You have the stink of the great houses on you, Oathman. What brings a house Dunmer like you to Ald'ruhn?
That's not fair.
Have you now? Then you have my thanks, and my curiosity also.
It was tinny last stream, but now... Okay, well, I didn't change anything, so I have no fucking idea what's going on.
As always, because they want something. What do you want, I wonder? Remarkable. You would honor our ancestors. Very well. I give you my blessing. You hesitate. Shall I explain the custom? Each of the 4 great tribes seek a unique and worthy offering. You must place the gift at the foot of each Ashkan's cairn. For Ahemusa, an ashen fern.
Oh boy.
For Erebinimsum, the weapon of an exile slain by your hand. For Urshilaku, the bones of a Gwar returned to ash. And for Zainab, the hidden treasure of a Kwama queen.
Can't I just bring them somebody to marry?
How much fire you hold in your heart.
Ooh, how much fire do I hold in my heart?
Yes, though becoming is a clumsy word for it. Every daughter of Veloth has worth. When we learn to speak with our water tongue and read
Getting that impression, Acer.
Stones, we also learn the truth of our hearts. The truth is, we have been wise all along.
We speak with our water tongue. It has no time for lying.
If you seek further guidance, or wish to know more about the significance of these offerings, you should speak with members of each tribe. Approach them with the same respect you have shown me, and you will not be treated unfairly.
I was hoping the Ashlanders would be a really, like, you know, lore-heavy section of this game. Neat. We're gonna do this for a minute. Want to buy make all button. Sultrous by the ton. Indoril radish tartlets. Hmm. I'm just looking over my recipes to see if I have anything in the blues that I can make. So I'm going to want to make rare stuff before anything else. $31 of these? Fuck yeah. Just gonna power level provisioning here. Good times, good times. $13 more to go. Okay. No. No. Doesn't matter, Lizzie. Ain't nothing happening. Literally standing here making stuff I can't even eat. It's a ragu. I can make furnishings in here? Look at that shit. I'll be damned. What is Honey Ryan? Why can I make 40 of them? Good lord. Yeah, it was one of those things where they pretty much could have just, you know, underdeveloped them. Oh, I can't dye this armor, actually. This is a costume. And a lot of my armor is metallics. I don't think you can make it look like bone mold. I could get bone mold armor. That's always an option. Mournhold Twister. Holy shit. I would assume this doesn't actually do much of anything, but... Yeah, the Redoran, that's right, it's the Redoran motif. No, I have ESO plus, I could dye armor, but I don't think my armor will show up as... Like, I don't think the armor that I'm actually wearing... Let's see, I've got, where is it? Collections... Costumes.
Doesn't seem like I'm getting
Yeah.
much done.
So that's what I'm currently wearing. You can dye costumes. Fuck yeah! Shit, if that's the case, man, we could go for fucking Ordinator. What do you guys feel like? This baller ass wedding suit? That's a good look right there. Assassin's armor. That's not bad. Looks rather a lot like my regular armor, actually. Wow. It's almost identical. Alright. Hand of Alexia. Classique Ordinator. Yeah. That's nice. I think I've been running around with that for a while. Yeah. The purple Ordinator? Yeah, wait, no, you mean like the hands? From Tribunal? Yeah, I really like the Scarlet Judge outfit. That's a really cool looking piece of armor. Oh, dye it purple. Oh. I'm getting kind of tired of Thief. Morag Tong. Okay, let's see here. We can go talk to people.
Because of you, the Pact was able to defend Vivek's antlers. Greetings.
Oh, you guys are still talking about that? That was like eons ago. Alright, I think they're in... I think the Ashlander leaders are in here. But they don't give a fuck about me, so I'll go somewhere else.
Quality wear.
Let's see, where are we going? Basically west. Okay. What on earth is this? Oh. Yeah. Go away! Dregs. I guess we'll go down first. Do the close one. What is this? Sure, this is Ancestral Ties. Yeah, the Aldrune 1. There's an Aldrune quest, and we're the one doing it. I've already been caught. Look at that. Fucking already got bounty. What the hell? Oh my god, a mud crab on an island. Sell me something. No. Too bad. Yeah, is he even in this? Is he even in the MMO, Lizzie? I'm assuming not. Good on you, Doc. That's how I pronounced it during the when I was doing the 36 lessons readings, because Dreg just didn't sound very good. It just didn't. I don't know any other way to put it. It just didn't, it doesn't sound right. It's the way it's pronounced in American English anyway, but it just doesn't sound right. Yeah, I don't think he is either.
You there. Keep your head down and come here. Hope you're not looking for passage off the island. The crew's unsure.
Fucking love it here.
See? The permanent kind. Probably tripped over a few of them on the way in. Poor bastards. Ugly business. A deal gone bad. I work for an orc boss named Kartag. We're ropefish. People smugglers. Slaves pay us out the arse for a trip to the mainland. When the Kamana Tong found out, they wanted in. Kartok told them to tusk off. Yeah. Came down on us like an arse-branded ogre. We gave as good as we got. It wasn't enough. Kartok and a few slaves fled to the cavern. Kamana gangsters.
Yeah, Doc,
were
I
behind.
seem to recall Kirkbride saying that it was Droog as well, but I don't really know.
Don't suppose you're the heroic type? Oh, good on you for doing this, mate. Kartag's an idiot, but he doesn't deserve what the Kamana Tong will do to him. Like I said, he went in with some slaves. Mabkur, Jari Ito, and Wiwaska. You should drag them out too. He should have made a deal. What kind of rock-headed dunce tell the Kamana Tong to eat their own small clothes?
Sounds like something I'd
These
say.
aren't common hoods. The Tong will feed you to the slaughterfish for a hard glance, let alone insulting their mothers. Moloch knows. I mean, the Tong did have some ideas Kartag wasn't wild about. Upping the prices, chaining up the slaves en route, packing them into smaller ferries. Kartag refused to even consider it. Great time to develop a conscience, eh? Maybe. You'll have to ask him, provided he's not dead already. Kartag's a hard orc to know. I always thought he was a stone-hearted businessman, but then some horker out in the rift told me he was a big-time Covenant hero, so what do I know?
What is the... Apparently I'm an idiot, so what are the
Crime
Kamana Tong?
family. Trust me.
I'm not even going to make it through that.
Dead. Performance of a lifetime, if you ask me. My mother wanted to make sure I was well-rounded. I play a mean flute, too. Wait, why are we talking about this?
That's great. Oh shit, I should have gone south for this. Quit your bitching. Yeah, Kim is how I remember him saying it. I believe it's pronounced Quime. Yeah, see all these quests, objectives popping up, and all I'm reading is murder everything you see. Put the pointy bit of all your weapons into the other guys. Look at the little butterfly. What is that about? Just gonna follow this dude. Is that a troll? Sure is. You achieved that M yet, Governor?
Please, Sarah, do not hurt me. Wait, who are you? You do not serve the Kamanatong? Ah, thank the Hist. You must help me escape. 2 others as well. If those Kamana thugs find us, they will flay us alive. Yes, I think so. Did you find Mobker? Jari? The Kamanatong were right on top of us. Jari fled one way. Mobker and I stayed close, but he slipped. Jari took the left passage. I don't know where he went from there. Mobker and I fled to the right. I left him not far from the entrance. Yes, of course.
You mean Australian or Austrian? Which one? I don't recall any Australians in Skyrim. It's important to remember, guys, that these sky shards fell from the sky down to Earth. From the sky. Yep. Oh, no, the Dunmer are all British, aren't they? I don't know, maybe some of them were Australian, I don't remember.
No, you will not put me in chains again. No one will.
Aww. Ladder, no. Oh, God.
I need healing.
All right, look. That's got to stop. You know, like, I'm kind of tempted to jump over here, but doesn't look like it's any better. Yeah, we definitely got to level the bow up.
Come down from there, slave. Unless you'd prefer to lose some
You'll
fingers.
not put me in chains again. No one will.
From the sides.
You people need to stop that.
Circle around.
Thank you, stranger. I was near to slitting my own wrists. If it's to be slavery or suicide, I'll take suicide. Difficult to say. Slaves are a valuable commodity. I suspect they would either kill us outright or sell us back to our previous masters.
Slaves are valuable, especially
Some
because
would think the
slavery was
Cartog
outlawed.
meager, too meager for the Kimona
So you guys aren't even really supposed to exist.
It will not take us home. Far less than he deserved. A turtle heart beats in Cartog's chest. Hard on the outside, but soft on the inside, you see? I hope he has not come to harm. Slave? Do you not... Mobkir is dead? But he was...
Yeah, the father of Bruce Hamar. Yeah, Medilio, I think. Hamar. Yeah, that was me. It's one of the reasons why I haven't played Wheels of Lull yet, because it's a weird experience listening to yourself talk to yourself.
Let the beast bleed. A slow death is all he deserves.
I'm hurt!
Alright, you. That's enough. Sir? Ooh. Tricky, tricky. Guess what? Well, I'm your number one fan, lady. Hello? Maximum stamina is good. I like weapon damage. Part of the Defiler set, huh? I don't know so much about summoning a hunger.
Killed by a damned elf.
Technically, you are an elf.
What a way to go. Well, what are you gawking at, runt? You gonna finish me off or what?
No, I didn't do Yagrum Bagaran. I don't know who did.
Looks like you came up short. It's poison, see? Dirty little shrimp douchey couldn't take me straight up. Had to poke me with a poisoned blade. Typical. Did the others escape? Jari and that lot? Moloch, I don't know. Maybe I didn't like the way they asked.
Yeah, that's an orc answer.
I'm no saint. Done a lot of things I ain't proud of. But I'll be damned if some tuskless thugs gonna make life even worse for these slaves. They've been through enough. You do that. You...
Whoops. Windows key. Oh, look, and it drops us off right back at the entrance, like a good Skyrim dungeon would. That's how you know you're not playing Morrowind, when the dungeons are nice to you. Wheels of Lull got you into Deep Lord. That's interesting. It wasn't really, Trainwiz's intention, I don't think. I actually talked to him a little bit about what the Wheels of Lull were, and he pretty much told me outright, yeah, I'm not going to be writing all that in.
I heard about Mabkir. Damn shame. Where's Kartag? Dragging arse as usual. He's dead. Damn. At least he died knowing you'd rescued this lot. I'll keep smuggling slaves out of Vardenfell, sure. And I'll make sure they know why, too. Take this. Kartak would want you to have it. Good luck on the road, friend.
The hell did I come out here to do? Oh yeah. The hell? Bony Gorbones. Aw. He's feeding Guar. The hell ability was that? That was ridiculous. Oh yeah, that was one nice thing about doing that role was Train was like, I just want somebody who actually like knows the lore to actually be playing the guy who, you know, explains everything, you know, the exposition, because a lot of that stuff is really, really hideously complicated, and I mean, even the really brief overview that we gave in the mod was it was still pretty complex. It was a lot of exposition, even for a video game, and we could have gone on for miles and miles and miles talking about it, but I mean, nobody wants to listen to somebody drone on about it. It would have been pretty. It would have taken a long time. Just explaining towers alone would have been, Jesus God, I can't even think about how long it would have taken me to explain the full length and breadth of towers. Oh, Quama. Jeweled Cuddle. Got a bad feeling about this. I'm assuming somebody's been here and cleared this place out already because it is dead. Hello, hello, hello. That's a gross sound. And another dead queen. is a damn shame. Mm-hmm. Wow. Decorative wax. Pretty high on my list of really gross things you could pick up from a dead creature. This place is lousy with bad guys. Ah, crap, am I underground? Did I miss the exit? Is there a boss in this dungeon that I should be killing? Jerk, come back here. You jerk. And there's the answer to that. That's true, it does. It does have more dialogue than any other Elder Scrolls game. It just has to. It's got way more content than any of the single-player games. I mean, just by that fact alone, it's going to have more deep lore in it, because how could it not? Really, why not, Chaotic? I'm not... Yeah, I'm kind of with Lizzie. They haven't really changed much, but if there's something that you know that I don't, I'd be interested to hear about it. It's a hell of a purple. Going the wrong way. I mean, I have to say, not making Cyrodiil a jungle was kind of a bummer, but at the same time, the way they explained it was pretty good.
You carry an ashen fern, as did the hunters of old.
Oh, nice.
It is a traditional offering for the first Ashkan, who taught us how to use it to mask our scent. Place it on the cairn if you have come to pay your respects. We seek silence and little else.
I love this. This is
Open
great.
path, a stiff
Actual lore.
breeze, the crunch of lava stone beneath our feet, the sighing heat of the fire river. There is no greater wealth, no greater comfort. Outsiders bring nothing but noise and sorrow.
Yeah, I got a big problem with Fanuit Hen. The 37th lesson, the 37th sermon was awesome. Vivek's appearance, yeah, I don't really like the metallic skin and how super masculine he looks.
In their hearts? Yes. In their minds? No. The other Ashlanders busy themselves with prophecy and war.
But I'm totally on board with the
Eyes
Fanuit
always
Hen
on the
thing. I
horizon,
don't
never
like the
on
way
the
that dude
feet.
looks. He's supposed to be a
That's little.
beast.
As long as they leave us alone, we remain content. A fire rages in your heart. That much is clear. Careful that it does not consume you.
Yeah, another
Our
sermons
first
reference. Love it.
Ashkan, Nalor, favors the cautious heart.
Ooh, I want to know who wrote this. I mean, keep in mind, that means that they wrote a script for her before you have the item and also after you have the item. That's a remarkable amount of detail and thoroughness that's never going to get seen by most players, and you don't even have to talk to her. They just threw that in. It's very impressive.
Truly? You threaten us with a broken weapon? Very well, Outlander.
Awesome.
Time to... Wait. This is an exile's weapon. A gift. Place it near the cairn. Slowly.
That armor is dope.
We speak death for the enemies of the Ashlanders. The Velothi people face threats on all sides. Beasts, Daedra, House Scum, while the Zainab and Ahumusa and Urshalaku prey and gather roots. We hunt and kill. We keep the Ashlanders safe.
You are a punk bitch.
The tribe shows mercy when it suits us. For example, you still have your tongue.
Okay, a little harsh.
The wastes do not suffer fools, Anwar. Nor do we.
I love the way they pronounce Nwa in this game. It's like Inwa in Morrowind, like the single player game, but it's Nwa in the game. Yeah, it does look a little bit like a Star Wars alien, doesn't it? Yeah, there's something about that design that looks like something from a Star Wars character. But I need to be up there. That's right. Tusken Raiders. Kind of makes you wonder if that was kind of what MK had in mind when he was sketching these guys up, or if it was just another case of let's borrow from Dark Sun. Either way, shit looks dope.
Quabones?
Most outsiders would honor Lamarck with useless baubles and incense. Your gift
Your
shows
eyes look
wisdom.
funny.
Place it before the cairn. We sing the truth songs. The truth of the three blasphemers.
Take
and
it easy,
the
chaotic.
Daedra,
Come back whenever you
and
can.
the Nerevarine.
Thanks for showing up.
The houses hate us most of all. Because we do not forget the truth of Nerevar.
Oh, really?
We know that the tribunal will pass like wood smoke.
Well, so do
driven
they.
away by the raging winds of the incarnate. Vec, Sothasil, and the Mad Wife know this as well.
Whoa, Sotha
They seek
Seal.
to silence us, but they always fail.
That was an interesting pronunciation. Did they mean to do that? Seal? Boom.
The Urshalaku salute you, Noir.
Damn, lady, throwing that word around a lot.
You have proven to be wise and valorous. Our first Ashkan, Lamarck, herald of the Nerevarine, treasured wisdom and valor above all else. His spirit welcomes you as a friend, as do we.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about this eye color. I'm just not crazy about it. I mean, they had the what's her name in Morrowind had purple eyes, so you kind of got to okay, you know, whatever, but it was still weird. Well, that is a good explanation. Yeah, leave it up to LN, man. She's wicked good at that. It's funny because, like, I went to New Orleans a few years ago to visit Kirkbride, as I was in town to see my parents anyway. And I hung out with Daria and Kirkbride for pretty much a whole day. And it was a hysterical amount of fun, first off. I'm just gonna throw that out. If you ever get the chance to hang out with Kirkbride, please do, because he is extremely entertaining. And the whole time I was just really nervous to talk about Elder Scrolls lore because I was really afraid of saying something stupid and Daria would she wouldn't call me on it like an asshole, but I didn't want to show how I didn't want to screw up. I just didn't want to screw up. She's an intimidating woman on the internet, of just being like a dictionary, like a freaking encyclopedia of Elder Scrolls lore, and it's just, I mean, Kirkbride's got an excuse. He writes the shit, but I don't know. She's really, like, I don't know. I was very sort of self-conscious the whole time. Just you know, kind of just be on relatively speaking terms with him. I mean, it's not a trick. It's what I keep trying to tell people is that Kirkbride's just a dude. He's a normal dude, and you know, if you want to talk to him on Facebook or something like that, just lower beards. If you just want to talk to him on Facebook or something, just send him a message and be like, "Hey, how's it going? You know, what's up?" I mean, it's he's more than happy to talk about Warhammer 40K. Or Doctor Who or anything like that. I mean, he's a gigantic frothing at the mouth Whovian. It's just, I mean, he's just a dude, and it's, and he works for a living like everybody else. He wears socks. I don't know any other way to put it. He's just never underestimate the possibility that Kirkbride is just a regular, ordinary guy. Having said that, I've heard some of the craziest shit come out of that guy's mouth. So, you know, he's both. It's the only way to put it, really. He's just as complex as every other person on the planet.
There is little to learn. We put on no airs. We have no taste for secrets.
Only hard work matters.
Yeah, it's weird how much he knows about Doctor Who and Warhammer 40k. It's really kind of you wonder where his time goes. If I understand correctly, he doesn't sleep very much, which makes sense because he's reading all the time. He's constantly reading. His library is gigantic, and so it's certainly bigger than mine. So it makes a lot of sense to me that he just absorbs all this information.
Hunting, mining, droving. Any task that brings prosperity to the tribe. Work brings abundance. Laziness brings death. That is the law of the wastes.
Good shit. Good shit. Somebody stole from your jewelry box.
Those who labor long prosper. Those who hunt long starve. These are the words of our first Ashkan, Akami. You honor him with this gift.
Nice. Okay, so that's 3 greetings the guy has. One without the item, one with the item, and one after the item. A lot of work.
Hello there.
Yeah, hey, what's up?
Hello.
You know you exist solely for the purpose of people stealing from you? How does that feel?
You surprise me, child of Veg.
Wait, her eyes just changed colors.
You are both courteous and brave. Rare
Am I drunk, or did her eyes just...
civilized Dunmer. You showed us respect. I will do the same by asking you directly. What really brings you to Aldrin?
That was weird.
I do not know this name, Haleron, but there is an ancestral tomb nearby. It hides among the rocks to the west, beyond the fire river we call Drura.
Welcome back,
I
Haddock.
would not go there, outsider.
I don't know, maybe,
Trees are like bars.
I don't know.
Left untended,
Maybe it didn't.
they grow wild and feral. No, but I have heard their cries. The spirits that dwell there sound anguished. They have a story to tell, I think. They long to be remembered. I'm sorry, but I have no ear for their tales. My basket is already full of the Ashlanders' troubles.
Did you turn around for a minute? No? Okay, real good then. Uh-oh. Here it comes. Here comes the kissing. Yes, there's the kissing. Hello. Oh, goodness. Settle down. Settle down. Well, he would say that, though, Chaotic. He's got to toe the line, you know? Also, I mean, that's kind of like... When you're a game developer, you kind of have to... In a way, you have to sort of enter into this sort of... like a voluntary self-delusion, sort of. You have to sort of imagine... that the game is more important than it is, and I'm not by any way saying that ESO isn't a huge accomplishment, because it is definitely, at this point, I think it eclipses the single-player games as far as how much lore we're getting. It's a... It makes sense though, the way what he was saying, that he has to approach the Elder Scrolls Online as the real rendering of the Elder Scrolls universe, because at the very least he's covering all of it. He's discussing absolutely every freaking stitch of the Elder Scrolls universe. And if there's anything he hasn't touched, just because he ain't gotten to it yet, but they're gonna do everything. I mean, like, I wouldn't be in the least bit surprised if we end up standing on the surface of Masser at some point or another. That would not shock me at all. They've got a titanic amount of information to deal with, so it is a good idea for him to think about the Elder Scrolls Online as being the actual rendering of Tamriel, because, I mean, that's the kind of fidelity he's got to deal with. Yeah, Moon DLC would be amazing. Do you need to go outside, or are you fucking with me right now? You want to go outside? Outside? Really? God, you're a pretty dog. There's a pretty baby. Oh my goodness. You want to settle down, Booger? We got games to play. Madam, I insist. Madam, do you need to go outside? Is that what you need? Do you need outside? We can go outside if you want to go outside. Ooh, you better not be fucking with me. All right, we're going to be right back. Yeah, she legit had to go outside. We're going to do a few more minutes, and then I'll go check on her, and then we'll get back to it.
That was some first-rate diplomacy. You're practically a clan friend already.
Yeah, pretty awesome. Whatever, loser.
Speaking to the wise woman, what did she say? No surprise there. Without communion, our ancestors grow agitated. We Dark Elves tend to be prickly in life. We're doubly so in death. I have to know if the tomb belongs to my family, but I'm in no great hurry to cut down the spirits of my ancestors. Would you? What a relief.
That's where you were headed with this anyway, nerd.
It bears the Hilaron family crest. If the spirits lurking in the tomb are of Hilaron blood, they'll recognize it. It might not keep them from attacking, but it should convince them that your motives are pure. Anything that could prove it's my family's tomb. Seals, engravings, anything. You could also try talking to the spirits. The tablet I found referred to someone named Dranath, a family patriarch. Perhaps you'll find him inside. 3 protect you.
Yeah, well, Vivek's my bro, so odds of that are pretty slim, actually. Fuck am I going? All right. Yeah, Lizzie, that's the, I'm still sort of like, I'm not sure about the whole one Tamriel thing. I mean, it's definitely, I'll put it to you this way, it makes Elder Scrolls Online unique among other MMOs, and that's important, because you do have to differentiate yourself. But as far as, like, how it affects gameplay and stuff, I'm not entirely sure that I'm not crazy about it. But it's good. It's just, for me, MMOs are partially about over-leveling, you know? You level to the point where things get easy, and then you just breeze through content, and that's kind of fun for me. You know, that feeling of accomplishment is emphasized by the by me being able to face roll through mobs that used to give me trouble. Now that everything's all one level, I don't really get that sensation anymore. On the other hand, that does make the game more challenging and by extension more interesting, at least for me. Is this a trail? Are you fucking with me right now? No. The hell, dude? I gotta be in there? Come on, dude. What kind of jerkweed put these rocks here? I'm gonna have to end up Skyriming on my way up these things. Really? I have to go in there? Yes. Well, roleplay does give you a, do you mean roleplay in Elder Scrolls Online, or roleplay like D&D, like pen and paper, or what?
Halt, outsider.
Okay.
You bear our crest, but your blood runs dry as ash. You are no Helaeron. If you come as a friend, prove your intent, pay homage, or join us in death.
Pretty sure it's pronounced homage. Oh, there she goes. She wants in. Be right back. Enjoy the chair for a moment. Yeah, that's, I mean, roleplay online and, well, I mean, any roleplay at all, it's a group activity if you're not doing it with someone else who you trust or who is good at. Okay, so, all right, so speaking of trust and roleplay, and I'm going to get off on a thing here, but roleplay in video games and in pen and paper and so on is so closely aligned with improvisational acting that they're basically the same thing. And I spent a lot of time in college, especially when I got out of high school, when I was really serious about getting into about role playing as a career, about like writing games and you know self-publishing pen and paper RPGs. I mean, I went to college. The first courses I took in college were acting and communication classes because I thought they would make me a better role player. Like, I was really serious about it. And one of the first things that occurred to me was that there was no difference between improvisational acting and role playing. It's exactly the same thing. They don't have The only difference is that role-playing just gives you more of a structured scene definition than improvisational acting. It's exactly the same thing. The reason why roleplay in ESO or online or anything like that is well, one of the reasons why people roleplay so much online and in games is because it, among other things, it helps you maintain interest in the game. If you've got a plot going on and relationships with people, wow, yeah, that's too bad, Chaotic. That would have been, translator is not a bad job to have. You can get pretty continuous work in the gaming industry when you're translating. It doesn't pay buckets, but it's reliable, which in an entertainment industry like computer gaming and so on, reliability it's not reliable. But if you're when you're role playing with someone, when you're doing improvisational acting with someone else, there are extensive exercises that you go through to build trust with your fellow actors, because you have to trust them to okay, so for example, one trust exercise that improvisational actors do is called the yes and, I almost said if else because I'm a web developer by nature, but it's called the yes and activity or exercise. And basically the way it works is one person says a line of some kind, like makes up a line like it's raining today, and the other person says yes and I got drenched on the way in here. And the other person says, yes, and it looks like your coat is completely ruined. And basically the goal of the game is to just continuously say, yeah, exactly. It's the goal is that every one of your sentences has to start with a yes and it has to, well, it doesn't have to, but what it has to do is it has to expand on the thing that the actor just said before you. The reason why you do that is because it's far too easy in improvisational acting for somebody to propose a direction for the scene to go down, like you're cheating on my wife, and then the other actor, for some reason or another, whatever reason he has, doesn't like that direction. Maybe he has a goal in mind for his character and he wants to reach it no matter what, or maybe he doesn't just has moral issues with cheating on with having an affair or something, and so he'll refuse to go down that avenue. He'll say, no, I didn't, or no, that was another woman, or it wasn't me, or something like that. And it slams the scene to a halt. And the first actor who suggested the direction of the scene suddenly doesn't trust the other actor's ability to hold up the creative idea that he has. The other reason why, so that's really vital, first off. But the other problem that improvisational actors have is that they need to build up confidence that not only will the other actor support them in their creation, in their creative direction, but that the other actor will be able, but that they themselves will have the chops to be able to support the actor in their creative direction, but also improvise and change their own creative direction to support both directions simultaneously. So if you've decided that you want to play a guy who is a serial murderer, and the other guy decides that you're the person who cheated on his wife, who cheated with his wife, then you've got to somehow or another manage to get both to happen at the same time. And that's where a lot of the skill in improvisational acting comes from. Not only managing to make your direction happen, but also managing to shape your direction in a way that still supports the other actor's direction. And role-playing, especially in online games, works exactly the same way. And it's made further complex by the fact that that online games have an entire world going on around you, and other actors, other players who are not even necessarily part of your role play, and worst case scenario, aren't even fucking interested in your bullshit role play. They just want to go out and level, and so you've got to sort of. Yeah, right, exactly, Lizzie. Yes, and then I killed her, and so you've got to, you know, like, okay. So the best example I can think of is I watch a lot of Grand Theft Auto 5 online role play. There's a group of role players called the Family RP, who are all playing on the same whitelisted server, and they're all playing their own individual characters, and it's highly freeform role play. That I'm staring at a wall, by the way. That's the literally the most boring thing I could be doing. It's all highly structured role play, and it's entirely improvised. Nothing is scripted, and they'll have people who will build a new character just spontaneously one day. For example, this one guy, Classy, decides to play a guy who is who hunts ghosts. He's like a ghost hunter, and of course he's crazy. He's a total whack job because he believes in ghosts, and you know that none of them exist. And he's his goal is to prove to everyone else in town that ghosts exist and that he knows how to banish them, and that they need to trust him, that the supernatural is real, and so on. And he gets into another conversation with another character played by, let's see, so the ghost hunter is played by a guy named Classy Pax, and he runs into another person who's another character who's played by a guy named Milton. And the two of them go off. Milton's character is supposedly possessed by a demon. That's been happening for months and months and months. It's another, and it's sort of like a comedy, kind of like, it's something Milton's character does because it's funny. But Milton's character, Kiki Chanel, is very interested in getting rid of this demon, and so Classy brings Milton up to this old abandoned mine, and where Classy has bought a knife that Classy has decided is like an ancient Indian knife that's going to cleanse people from, that's going to cleanse their bodies and get rid of the demons by, of course, stabbing them. Milton brings this character, Classy brings Milton up, and starts, getting ready to banish the demon in Milton's character, and starts slashing around the knife, and accidentally gets too close to Milton, and the game auto targets and redirects, and he stabs Milton in the chest and kills him instantly. Total mistake, right? So this is in the yes and sequence. This is Milton. Milton and Classy have both yes and themselves into this scenario, and then the game steps in and screws the whole thing up by making. Yes, exactly, chaotic. Yeah, the Giant Waffle plays Dante Dankweed, and this is also where the now famous streamer Sheriff Eli is streaming off of, who got literally 110,000 followers on his first day. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's only gotten better and better. They're transitioning servers right now, so they're not really playing it that much, but it's still really good. And by the way, I totally ship Davery, so that's so anyway. So he accidentally stabs Milton, kills him. Milton falls down. Classy and Milton can still talk because of the mechanics of the game. So Classy's like, "Oh my God, I didn't mean to do that," and Milton's character's like, "It's okay. It's just a flesh wound. Keep going." And so they keep playing the scene out as though Classy has like cut Milton and taken some of Milton's blood, and Milton's lying on the ground, and then Milton starts laying on all the voice modulation that he's got, and starts role playing this demonic possession, and Classy and Milton both improvise this banishment of Milton's demon right there in the game, and so they were able to turn this accidental like glitch in the game into a part of the improvisational scene, and it's like a class in how to do yes and improvisational acting, but in a role-playing game. It's fantastic. You could probably find a video out there on YouTube or something. Right, Ultima. Yeah, UO Ultima Online. Cool. Wow, that's old school. Well, good on you, sir. And that's sort of the trick to really good roleplay in online gaming is not necessarily to find. It helps to find a server where everybody on the server is dedicated to roleplay, but sometimes the greatest stuff happens because random shit happens. And this is Grand Theft Auto we're talking about. So, I mean, the name of the game is random crazy shit happening in Grand Theft Auto when NPCs just get into accidents and shit blows up and just it's total like chaos and random destruction. That's kind of what GTA is good at, and it happens a lot. So a lot of the best scenes happen in GTA RP because crazy shit just happens. Currently, a lot of the family RP are playing Ark right now because Ark just finished. Like they finally finished the final build of the game, so they've all kind of gone back to playing Ark. And I can tell you, I've seen some, like generally speaking, the RP has not been amazing on Ark, except just recently, I think yesterday, the day before, I was watching a player named PMS Proxy who got into a roleplay scenario with a guy she had never met before, and his sort of like partner, like friend, who they also roleplay with, who are not part of Family RP, who are just on the same server by coincidence. And this guy has decided to like basically date Proxy's character, Isa, I think. And what, unbeknownst to her, they had set up a very elaborate like romantic getaway. And then he sort of says, why don't you come with me we're going to go on an adventure. And it's just sort of like a mild deception to get her to go out to dinner with him. And this romantic fancy spot that they had built over the past couple of days to set up for this roleplay. And this guy and his friend do this amazing bit of comedy improv where there's basically they show up there, except they've forgotten to bring like wine and food, so they go through this whole like process of trying to of going behind the scenes, and it was brilliant. And one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time. And so I'm hoping that the roleplay kind of picks up on that server a little bit more, because if they can keep up the quality that they had from that one interaction, it's going to be fantastic. I'm going to actually try playing this game now. So, I mean, I'm a big fan of roleplay. I've gotten into a whitelisted server for Darkness and Light, and I'm hoping that I can do...
nomads once. It was Saint Veloth's doing. He taught our hearts to wander.
This guy's talking.
In those days, the first Ashkans called me brother.
Ark's a legit good game. You spend a lot of time crapping on yourself in Ark because of the way the game mechanic works, which is a shame. But Darkness and Light is being made by the company that bought the company that made Ark, and it's based on the same engine, and Darkness and Light, or Dark and Light, looks really good, but it's still so early in development it's kind of hard to tell. They got plenty of things they could screw up. But mostly I'm just interested in getting into a server where the people there who play there are really serious about roleplay. And I just haven't gotten around to really putting in the hours on it yet. Dark and Light is like Ark, is a very tough game, and you have to really dedicate your time to it before you start seeing dividends. So I'll probably be playing it at some time or another this week as well.
We gave our hearts to the ash, to the mountains. We linked arms with the other tribes and hunted the great Scar. With my spear, I struck the final blow. All of Veloth's children embraced in triumph. Then, everything changed.
Struck the final blow on what? Yeah, that is a criticism I hear about Neverwinter, is that it doesn't feel alive, sort of. I understand the combat system is fantastic, though, which is good news, because the combat system in this game is hard-boiled shit. I don't know if you guys have figured it out recently, but I'm a big game design nerd, and I talk a lot about systems and the decision-making process in role-playing games and just video games in general, and it's probably going to happen a lot. I'm going to get off on these long rants.
After Scar
Ooh.
my people cried out for the quiet life, with crops.
After Scar fell.
We silenced our Velothi hearts and settled beside the Fire River. Scar provided with chitin and meat. We thrived. There was peace for a time, then bloodshed.
Yeah, the have you heard of the not Path of Exile, Divinity Original Sin 2 is coming out, I think either late this week or next week, and it legitimately has a DM mode where you can actually GM the game, and it's like I've seen I saw some people play through it on YouTube, and the amount of stuff that you can do just dynamically in the game is absolutely mind-blowing. You can they were the guy who was running the game was improvising like at least half of it right there, like just literally plugging in new goals and new monsters and all kinds of stuff. It was really impressive. It's got me very interested. Primal style. Rank 6 is required. Okay. Dreg Spit. Word. Okay, we'll learn it, but under duress. Drag. I don't want to do that. Let's not. You know what's really rough about this is I'm getting ready to play through Morrowind, like the single player game, and the graphics in this game are so much better than that old dated Morrowind. It's going to be hard going back to, like, you know, Tombs, and then it's just sort of dry and featureless, and yet we have all this detail in ESO. That's a shame. Loot, guys, look at all the loot. You guys, there's so much loot. Look at all the jars. If I was playing Diablo, this would be equally as awesome. Have more lockpicks than God. That was satisfying. Ooh.
The first Ashkans grew old and died. New Ashkans took their place.
Oh, hey, that's good news, Chaotic.
Souls dark as pitch. They painted their faces and slaughtered us. with our home and history lost. The last of the Hilerons left the wastes.
Julan Ashlander companion mod.
You've paid your respects and listened, even as my family tries to kill you. Your heart is pure. Come, find me in my tomb. I will speak with you there.
Oh, it's a companion mod. Yeah, the shadows are going to be a big deal because of all the features of the Morrowind engine, the craptacular shadow engine is definitely the thing I take the biggest issue with. I freaking hate that. Nobody's mad at me anymore. Yay! Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? Can I steal from you? Nope. Oh well. Yeah, the main issue is going to be assets. If they could somehow or another steal assets from ESO, which they can't do, but if they somehow could, then it would be pretty cool. But I really don't think we're going to be able to find somebody to remake all the assets in the... Well, there are people out there who love to build new texture sets, so...
I sometimes forget the courage and vigor of the flesh.
The vigor of the flesh.
Others harden us, make us cold and suspicious. On behalf of my family, I beg your forgiveness. What brings you to our forsaken tomb? Yours is the only living heart that knows our sad
Oh, that's a shame.
tale.
Was it a retexturing process, or was it like making all new assets?
Truly? The Hileron name survives?
Oh, that's good news.
Then there is hope.
They're gonna
for
try it
our
again, that's
house
good.
After all, you must take my spear and deliver it to this Drellith.
I don't want to touch your spear, bruh. Bruh, we just met, bruh. Bruh, put your spear up.
Strength of the Hileron lives on. Yes.
100% knew it. Wow.
Was, is, and forever shall be our home. So long as my house lives in exile, the spirits that haunt this tomb shall never know peace. Drellith must claim his share of this land. The children of Ash may have forgotten our name, but they will not have forgotten that spear, the weapon that slew the great Emperor Crab. Their wise women and far
It's not Muatra.
seers will know its power. If he brandishes the spear, they will listen.
Is his spear really that big? I mean, you'd have to whip out a pretty big spear for people to just listen to you like that. I mean, it'd have to be pretty big. Some random dead guy's spear. Speaking of Muatra, they have an expansion coming out for a new, thing coming out for Warframe that allows you to make your own weapons, from scratch. You can combine, hundreds of hilts and halberds and blades and all that kind of stuff and make your own custom weapon, which is a huge deal in Warframe. And I have half a mind to buy their Wukong armor, which is the Monkey King, and make a big Muatra spear, and just I'll die happy at that point. That game is awesome. I don't know if you guys have played Warframe, but it's freaking incredible. The graphic design and just the appearance, the design of that game in general is unbelievably good. You might not like the gameplay. I know a lot of people are not crazy about that, but just for the appearance of the game alone, it's worth the price of admission. It's beautiful and very original. You're not going to find another game that looks anything like it. Hey, Buckney. Oh, no, wait, I'm back in here. Oh, of course, I have to take it, dumbass. Where was I going? Right. What this? Nothing. Wait. Nothing. What this? Nothing. Alright. I'm a stamina build. I can run forever. Yeah, it's not even a Netroman spear. This is some elaborate piece of shit. Ew. Yeah, a lot of the emotes on Twitch are based off of the faces or expressions of really, really old school Twitch streamers. Some of the first, I think like half of them were Dan from Dance Gaming. Yeah. Twitch is an interesting platform to work on. It's unusual in the respect that if you are serious about streaming and you invest the time and effort into it, there's no guarantee of when it'll happen, but eventually you will be able to make a living off of it. It's just, there's no guarantee if it's going to be 2 years or 6 years. It's hard to say, but there are few streamers on Twitch who have been streaming continuously at a certain level of quality who are not making enough to live off of, unless there's some other reason, which is something like they're just awful fucking people, you know. You've got to almost try, you know, to not to not be able to make a living on Twitch. It's just again, I want to emphasize, there's no guarantee whatsoever of when you'll reach that threshold, but it is possible to do it, and that's the way it is in the entertainment industry in general. If you want to make video games for a living, you can do it. If you are, you know, if you're not completely incompetent and you approach it with like a professional mindset, and you know, and you put time and effort into it, you can make money and a reliable living in the entertainment industry, including video games or movies or television or Twitch or whatever. But I mean, you've got to be a particular breed of crazy or caustic or whatever to, you know, or toxic to not, you know, to not be able to pull it off. It's just there's no guarantee of when that's going to happen. Cute. Mark is drunk. Heavy armor, Mark is drunk. Consumables. Wickwheat Ale. Sounds like something they tried to sell me during Oktoberfest. What? Ooh, he pissed somebody off. Good job.
Tread carefully in our camp.
Yeah.
You're back. Just in time, too. The Ashlanders' mood has soured since you set out. I'm not sure how much longer I can linger here. Tell me, is this... By the three, this is Calderas, the Heleron Spear of Myth. I've seen illustrations, but I never thought I'd hold it in my hands. Remarkable. Did my ancestors say why he wanted me to have it?
Yeah, that's the trick, Chaotic. You have to, like, if you start off from scratch and you don't, like, I'm lucky in the respect that I already have a community where people know who I am, and so I have a little bit of credibility to kick off on, which is why I'm not streaming to a completely empty completely empty channel. But if you, if you start off, even if you start off with absolutely nobody, if you're just constantly there in the lists, eventually you're going to start attracting a community. It's impossible not to. You may not even want one.
So my ancestors
The spear
fought
that
alongside
killed
the
Scar.
Ashlanders
That's a
to
big
bring
deal.
down the great Emperor Crab. Unbelievable. But what happened to them? Why did they vanish? Yes, in the shadow of Scar, we found our home. There are few things more sacred than a dead hero's wish. I will see our home rebuilt, our tomb restored. I will honor my ancestors. House Heleron owes you a great debt, my friend. Thank you.
I wonder if he was considering not honoring his ancestors. I mean, the whole Dunmer thing is to honor your ancestors. It'd be very weird that he didn't. Yeah, see what I mean, Chaotic? That's how my channel is going to grow, is entirely by word of mouth. It's not going to be. Chances are pretty good it's not going to be because I stream a really popular game, and it's definitely not going to be because I'm really good at games, because I'm fucking terrible at them. But a lot, like if I end up streaming a popular game, it's going to be pure coincidence. You know, like it's going to be something that I was already playing. Although I am tempted to try to start to stream Divinity Original Sin 2, because that is going to get a lot of views, but also I just think the game looks freaking amazing. And if they go the direction that it looks like they're going to go with mods, then it's entirely possible I could end up running an Elder Scrolls themed DOS 2 game at some point, which would be awesome. What are you giving me? Oh, good, because I bash all the time, jerk.
Wise mothers, I apologize for my haste earlier. I was simply desperate to reunite with my ancestors.
That spear, I sense... Where did you come by it?
Our mutual friend found it in my family's tomb. It belonged to my ancestor, Dranoth Heleron.
Dranoth? Wise one, isn't that...
Yes, the unsung. Wiped from our history when he led his kin away from the Velothi path.
You know him then? Dranoth battled Scar alongside your people, didn't he? He used this spear to fell the beast.
Yes. Dranoth's kin, your kin, were once clan friends. When Dranoth left the path, our Ashkan slaughtered him and his people. A sin that still haunts us. We rarely speak of it.
Perhaps we can make amends. I have no quarrel with the tribes, but my ancestors have claim here. Aldrin is our home.
Absolutely not. The houses claim our land, our livelihoods. They will not take Scar from us as well.
Farseer, I have no desire to displace anyone. I will welcome the Velothi people to my table. Your pilgrimages, your cairns, your celebrations, all will remain as it is. You have my word.
I don't think it will.
The sins of your great houses do not wash away the unsung's claim. The Velothi people honor the past, even when it is inconvenient. Settle here if you wish, son of Dranoth. I only pray that Scar is big enough for both of us.
Thank you, wise one. You honor me and my ancestors. I vow to show your people equal respect.
That doesn't go well at all. Well, that was a little piece of history. I'm really glad we got to see that. How are you doing, buddy?
Convincing the Ashlanders to let my family settle here will take some doing, but I will follow their customs to the letter, just like you did. I'm certain I can make this work. Thanks again, friend.
You helped bring this Fetcherfly into our home. Whatever he and his Redoran overseers do here shall be your doing as well. I pray that you choose your friends wisely.
I don't feel good about this. Can I go back in? Scar was freaking amazing when I was in there. Shit! I want to go back in! It looked so cool. That sucks. You buy my bullshit.
Do you wish to do business with...
Okay, so what have we been doing this for? About 2 hours on the dot. That's not bad. My goal is basically to get myself to the point where I can stream for 2 hours a night. I'll be back on tomorrow unless something weird happens. I've been really tired recently. I don't know what that's about. But we will pick up... Let's see, what are we doing next? More Vardfell, please. Armigers. Love buoyant Armigers. Love them, love them, love them. Let's do that next. Yeah, Buckney, this was a really solid quest. I'm like the past couple of nights that we've been playing this, we've been lucking out and getting some really good quests in. Morrowind, this Morrowind expansion on the whole has not been like hit after hit after hit, but just recently we've just been lucking out and getting some really good stuff. So I'm really happy about that. I will be back on tomorrow night with any luck. If not, then I will probably send out a tweet or something like that. I'm trying to get used to tweeting. I'll definitely let you guys know by Discord. If you are not on the Discord channels, I'm on both. What is it? I'm on. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit drunk. Memospore and Dream Sleeve, if you're on either one of those. I don't know which ones are open to the public. I have a Discord channel for this Twitch channel, but I'm still trying to get into the order and just sort it out and stuff before I start handing it out. But eventually, I mean, it's, as far as when I go live and so on, that's going to happen through Twitter because there's no faster way to do it. My Twitter information is down on the bottom bar, and up above me is the follow button, which I highly encourage you to hit if you haven't hit it already. I need as many followers as I can. We're trying to bring this... Memospor's public. Thanks, Doc. That's good news. We're just trying to get this channel to grow as rapidly as possible, as fast as we can. We're not going to make it... So right now, Twitch is having a thing called Subtember, where you, if you sub to a channel you've never subbed before, it's 50% off. You can't sub to this channel, so don't bother. But if you have ever been thinking about subbing to anybody else, I highly recommend doing it now. It's only $2.50 for a full month of membership that supports the channel owner just as much as it would normally. It's a steal right now. If there's anybody out there that you want to support, now would be the time to do it. I'm a big fan of Co-Carnage, so I would send you guys over in that direction. Other than that, thanks very much for showing up. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Bye-bye.